All right, what's going on, guys? I love the positivity I'm seeing today. Everyone's excited. Everyone is ready, has been ready for this dip. We just had our daily close. We're going to have a look at that first off before we even start getting into any of the news or anything. Quick shout out to Jadorn, first super chat of the stream. Jadorn been absolutely melting faces over in the Patreon trading group. He says Rob's trading group absolutely crushed it on the trades in this last week, getting ready for the bottom of the market buying. Let's go, baby. Absolutely, brother. We had a close below 68,225, which surprised me a little bit. I thought we would at least bounce back up and try to hold it as support, but nope, no dice, man. We just kept on going. I am anticipating continuation to the downside. Do we come back up, though? The question is now, do we come back up and test 68,225 as resistance before working our way further? That's entirely possible, guys, right? So don't get too discouraged if you're looking for lower prices and you see us come back up to around 68.2 or so. We could just be testing previous resistance. As you can see, it was resistance all in here in March, all in here. It was resistance here. And then we just cut through it like a hot knife through butter. Just boom, right? So seems like things are playing out. As you guys know, I put this here, 30% break to the upside, 70% break to the downside. And we always talk about, guys, this is about probabilities, not about certainties, right? And the probability always was 70% move to the downside, and that's exactly what happened, right? So now here's the thing. We are on the macro, if we zoom out, we have broken out. Let's get rid of some of this stuff here. We have broken out to the downside of this bear flag. So we are finally getting going here on this bear flag capitulation. My target out of here, as you guys can see, let's put a new bar in there just so that we can measure it. So my target out of here, guys, is going to be right around, so it says 40, basically 48,000. So probably around 50,000 is where we're going to end up consolidating, I think. That's my opinion. I think we're going to consolidate between about 50 and 55. Maybe we wick down to like 47, 48 from time to time, kind of like we did in this range right here, right? See this here? We kind of wicked below just a little bit, and we consolidated a little bit in that lower range, but then we ended up working our way back up. We'll probably do something similar to that. We'll probably do some time around that 47, 48K level. We'll probably come down on wicks and stuff like that. Maybe a couple candle closes, but for the most part, I think we'll consolidate for the remainder of, well, for most of this year, around 50 to 55K. That's my bottom range. Okay. Now, once we get down there and we start to develop some structure and some patterns, well, then we're going to have another look and reassess to see if we have lower to go or if that is a good accumulation zone. I see people calling for as low as $40,000. Right now, I don't think that that's going to happen. I think 50 to 55, maybe 47, 48, like I said, on a couple of wicks, just to scare some people out. But I think that the sentiment in the market is about to turn very, very sour. We're at 25 on the Fear and Greed Index. I was checking it out. I believe 25. Let me have a look. People are starting to finally get scared again. Yeah, we're at 25 on the Fear and Greed Index. Five more points down, and we will be back in extreme fear on the Fear and Greed Index. So that's what we're watching there. Sentiment in the market's turning south. But 40 is 40 possible? Yes, it is. But like I said, guys, first let's get down to this range here. Let's put a box in. Let's put a box in the range. So I want to say 50, around 50,000 to about 46 47,000, right? So that's going to be my range. Now, once we get into this range, then we can evaluate from there what kind of structure we're building. Are we building a bullish structure or a bearish structure, right? It's very possible we capitulate, we build another bear flag here and break down even further down to 40. So yeah, but 50 to 55, guys, for me personally, it's not financial advice, but in my opinion, now people who are accumulating here, like I have been accumulating for like 112 days, 111 days or something like that, in this range, down here, I'm going to be even more aggressive. The people who are accumulating in these times are the people who are going to walk away with life-changing wealth in 2028, 2029. Bottom line. Everybody else that comes in sometime around, like we'll call it post Bitcoin halving event, okay? Which is about March, April of 2028. Anyone who comes in post Bitcoin halving event for this cycle is going to be exit liquidity for all of you guys who are buying at these low prices. Remember that, right? So yeah. Thank you once again, Jadorn, for supporting the channel. Super chat, absolutely appreciated, brother. Okay, so that's what Bitcoin looks like. Let's jump into the chat a little bit, see what's going on, see how everybody's feeling. Blessings, John. Good to see you, buddy. First one, yes, smash that like button. Absolutely, guys. Make sure you're hitting the like and subscribing to the channel. It's absolutely free. It helps the channel grow. It doesn't cost you a nickel, so go ahead and do that. Jetpack, my guy's in the house. He says the future is now. Danny says market discounts is all I see. Can I get an amen to that? Carlton, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. You were 100% right about this crash occurring. Yeah, I took a lot of flack for it too, right? I took a lot of flack. A lot of people attacking me and stuff like that, but that's okay, right? That's okay. It is what it is. We persevere. Hit the like and subscribe. Yes, absolutely. H Barbarina in the house. What's going on, man? King Pound, 60K. Amen. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I could deal with 60K. I could deal with 60K. The pain before the gain. Hell yeah. James says, who's ready to start buying? Hell yeah, I am. As I said before, guys, make sure that you are smashing like and subscribing to the channel. Carlos, after the daily close, where do you see Bitcoin headed? Well, I mean, you could see a little bit of consolidation. Like I said, I wouldn't be shocked to see us come back up and retest 68,225 as resistance. That wouldn't surprise me over the next couple of days. But, you know, on the other hand, we could just form another massive red candle at this point and continue capitulating. Remember, on the macro, we just broke down out of this bear flag yesterday, the macro bear flag, and we are moving south. So we could see this. Look how quick this happened here. How long did this take? When we broke down from here to get to the bottom, this only took 8 days. This drop only took a week. So it's possible it happens again here. We're on day 2 right now. We're on day 2 of losing this bear flag. So we'll see where we're at in a week, right? Think about selling more silver to have some dry powder. Not sure yet. There you go. I mean, listen, I might personally, not financial advice, I might wait until Bitcoin gets down into this range here, 50 to 40, like 40, 47 to 50. I might wait till around there to do that. But Choosy Beggar, DH says, all the Patreon bros are ready for this move. Love seeing the group sentiment over there. Yes, everybody's positive. It's so good now that we got rid of all the toxic people, right? I mean, all the people who were whining about the market stuff. Now everybody's excited. Everybody's, you know, jack stacked and fanny packed, ready to go. You know, you guys knew this drop was coming, and you guys are ready for it now. You guys have been building dry powder, and I love it. And I want to show you something Jadorn mentioned in his super chat, guys. This is absolutely hilarious, right? I want to show you how much we've been crushing it. The trading group has been absolutely insane. Look at this today, guys. 1493%. Oh, hang on. 1493%. What do we got? 348%, right? 1,001%, 1,464%, 724%, 425%, 380%, 518%, 967%, 474%, 1,048%. You get the picture, guys. 920%. We have been absolutely crushing it in our trading group. If you're not over there and you're just sitting on the sidelines right now because you're like, I'm not buying somebody a cup of coffee to be in their trading group. Well, you just missed out on a ton of money because of your stance on things, right? No one's going to help you get rich for free, guys. I'm ready to stay. Let's go. I'm ready to start buying. Yes, there you go. How low can we go? Toby, what's up, man? This crash is great news to a discount shopper. Amen. Any great news for Miria this cycle? Thanks as always. Yes, Miria, just like everything else. Now, I used Jasmine as an example this morning in a video. A lot of people who came into the previous cycle post Bitcoin halving, the 2025 cycle, felt that there was no altcoin season. Now, we didn't get an altcoin season that we were expecting, but that doesn't mean that everyone who was buying in the bottom, which is right now in this cycle, right? We're in a bottom range, made a fortune in the last cycle on alts. Jasmine alone did it over a 2,000% move. Swiftcoin did a 7,500% move. If you were buying the bottom, right? Which all of you guys are doing relatively right now. So Miria is another one of those projects that's going to do very well if you're buying it near the bottom, right? I know it might not feel like it when everything is down and stuff. It's not sexy, but you know what? If you're consistent and you're patient throughout this cycle, everyone which you guys are, because I mean you're still here now, right? So let's face it, you are the patient people at this point, right? King Pound says, I smell blood in the streets. Let's go. Stevie got more Zebek today, and we'll get even more if it will follow BTC down. Yes, Zebek will follow. It's following it again today. What are we down to on Zebek right now? 2026. Yeah, I'm looking at 2012 to 2015 for Zebek, potentially for a bottom range. So that's what I'm hoping for those prices. I want to buy millions of those suckers at that price. Blue Wave Crypto says, ready to add more to the bag at a discount. Thank you, Rob. Hey, absolutely, man. Caesar might be right about Zebek. All-time lows if Zebek goes to, if Bitcoin goes to 55K. Yeah, I mean, he could be. I mean, nothing is impossible in crypto. But again, I'm looking at probably 2012 to 2015 as a support range that will probably be kind of tough to drop. Colin Talks Crypto was saying 40s. Yeah, like I said, it's not impossible. 40,000 is not impossible. It could happen. But what I want to do, again, is evaluate Bitcoin when we get down to this range, and then we'll see what kind of structure we're building at that point, right? So 55K Bitcoin, 75 to 85 cent XRP. Ooh, 75, 85 cent XRP. That's a steal of a deal right there, man. I would definitely be buying more XRP at that price. Fear and Greed is at 11 right now. Holy smokes. That's what I love to see. That's what I love to see. Fear. It's tasty, guys. It's tasty. You absolutely love it. Let's zoom in a little bit here. We are trying to come back up. We're at 67, almost 67.1. Trying to come back up and retest 68.225 as resistance, like I said. Pull up the Zebek charts, Brother Rob. Okay, I can do that. I can do that. Uno momento, por favor. Where's Zebek? Here we go. Let's look at Zebek's chart. All right, so it looks like we are testing the 200-day moving average as support on Zebek right now on the daily time frame. If we can zoom in here. Oh no, we're testing it as resistance. As I zoom in, I see we're below it. There you go. So we're using the 200-day moving average as resistance right now. Interesting. We may, if we can drop below 2065, you might find some support around 2025. But yeah, Zebek, it's gonna come back down inside the macro bull flag for sure. But it's invalidated this bull flag that was forming here. It's invalidated it because of Bitcoin collapsing, and I told you guys that that was a possibility. So, what's up, Jamie? Good to see you, man. Can't wait to deploy dry powder. Yes, rightly divided. Absolutely. Chris says this was obvious. Everyone predicted this. I've been waiting. We are with the 95% majority. Be careful calling the very bottom for the year. Do not stay with the 95% of people calling for further lows. Christopher, people have been saying that to me since 82K, right? I've been saying since 82K that we were going down to these levels, and everyone said something very similar to what you're saying to me right now. I'm not just going with what 95% of people say. I'm leaning on 4 cycles of experience and charting to tell me what's going to happen here. And I've been through this too many times. I've seen it so many times. We're at the phase, like in 2021, same thing happened. Same thing happened in the bear market when we were going down into the bear market in 2022 and 2023. And you know what? Since 82K, like I said, when I said we were rolling over, people said, yeah, but this could happen. And you're probably wrong because of this, because of the Clarity Act, or because of this, or, like it's majority says this. So you're going to be wrong, and it's not going to go down, and we're going to break to the upside. And, and that's what people have been saying to me since 82K. And now we're at 67K, and people are still telling me the same thing, that I'm probably wrong. And here's the thing, 95% of people are not saying that we're going lower, right? It's all of that is dependent on the algorithm that feeds into what you're watching. Because I see people saying to me that everyone says we're going lower. But all I see everywhere is everyone on YouTube and X is everyone saying we're going higher, right? So it all depends on the algorithm. It's almost impossible to know what the majority of people are saying, other than the sentiment in the market, really, right? And even that is just a representation of people's fear, right? So. But this is, like you said, this is a good range to be buying. Absolutely. I just wish Nadix would behave. Well, nothing's going to behave right now. You know what's sexy? Having more tokens. Yeah, you're not wrong. My guy Maximus in the house, guys. Make sure you're over on CoinVault and on Maximus's channel, subscribed, and on Rue's channel as well. He says, guys, you know how many times Rob has called it? More times than I can count. Rob knows his stuff. Appreciate you, brother. Let's go. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you, man. That's my guy right there, guys. That is my guy right there. John says, I'm buying more Jasmine Friday. Look at these prices. Loving these prices. Do you think Jasmine can go to 205 or 5 cents a cycle? Well, yeah, John, I did a video this morning charting Jasmine and how Jasmine went to, I think it went from 2027 from the bottom of the previous cycle to around 6 cents. I think it was about 6 cents in 2024. I want to say it peaked at 6 cents. So if it does the same thing, if all it does is goes back to the previous cycle high, we're not talking local price discovery or anything like that. If all it does is go back to 6 cents, Jasmine should give back about a 2,000% return over the course of this cycle if you're buying the bottom, right? So check out the Jasmine video I made this morning. I charted out and everything, so it's pretty good. Is Gary a good buy for the next cycle? I'd have to look into it again, to be honest with you. I mean, Gary was a good it was a good money grab for the Patreon community in the previous cycle, but it was just a swing trade, really, at the end of the day. I'm not too sure about getting into it for the long haul. I'd have to do a deeper dive into what they're doing, Carlos. But I do appreciate your Charizard picture. Absolutely. Got to catch them all. Wait, buying Zebek, a better price is coming, and no, Cesar is wrong calling for 3 zeros. Yeah, I don't think it's going to go quite that low. I mean, like I said before, I never say anything is impossible in crypto, but for me, I think that 2012 to 2015 again for Zebek is probably a pretty good range to be DCAing, probably a pretty strong support level. Wishing for a 203 Jasmine. Yeah, well, hey, man. I was correct about Xano and Ondo. No, I'm not cranky today, brother. I'm not cranky today. I appreciate you, Christopher. I'm sorry if I came off cranky, buddy. I think Cesar is a little caught up in the drama of it all. Nobody knows. Just got to be ready for whatever happens. I'm with you. My algorithm says we go way lower. Yeah, exactly. It's all about the algorithm. Absolutely, man. Blah, what's going on? Good to see ya. Good to see ya. Mark says lower and then slower. We probably have 6 months or more to accumulate before we get to move forward. It's real easy. It's obvious. Not time to sell. It's time to accumulate. Yes, you're absolutely right. And you're also right as well that we probably have a good 6 to 8 months of accumulation. Even so, from like we're gonna have this leg down. I'm gonna guess sometime around the end of this year, beginning of next year, is where the market might start to work its way back up again, right? But we do have to have a significant amount of time in accumulation at the bottom of the cycle. It's not going to be like we hit the bottom and then it's a V-shaped recovery. There's going to be an accumulation phase, and it's going to feel boring, guys. It's going to feel painful. Nothing's going to be happening in the space. It's just boring sideways action. That's an accumulation zone, right? That's where you take advantage of the opportunity. Splake, what's up, man? Good to see you. My algorithm tells me we're in a bull market. Christopher says, Rob has called it 90% of the time. Cesar called it 25% of the time. Just being honest. I appreciate your honesty, brother. John says, saw Jasmine video today. It was a great one. Thank you so much. Yeah, I was excited about that one. I really enjoyed making that one. I have 25K whistling soldier. I appreciate you, man. By the fair, says Tony. Mark says, me too. Jasmine is pretty cheap. And if we go down to 204, I'll start making a bag. There you go, man. There you go. That's how babies are made. So what is a great buy for Zebek? For me, anything below a penny is a great buy for Zebek personally. But if we do get down to that 2015 to 2012 range, that's where I'm going to be very aggressive when it comes to Zebek. But right now even is a decent buy. So let's go back over to Bitcoin's chart. I have 25K dry powder waiting for Zebek to go. There you go. There you go. Jealous. Cesar says 308. Yeah, I think I saw that video. I think I saw him say that. Tony says, Rob, still waiting for your Nadix update. Well, Tony, here's the thing, man. I can't make Nadix dedicated videos because people don't watch them, right? I know that you want me to make a Nadix video. It takes a long time to research what's going on, to make a video, to edit a video, and to release it and everything. It takes a lot of time. And for me to make a Nadix specific video that only 10 people will watch, it's not productive for my time frame. So what I can do is give you an update on like the next Zebek video or something. I can throw in an update on Nadix, but I can't make a Nadix exclusive video because people don't watch it, right? How long do you think for the I mean, that's a tough call. It depends on how long it takes us to get down into this range. Like the last dump I showed you guys earlier took us 8 days, right? This could take us a week. This could take us a month to get down into this range. It could only take 7 or 8 days though. So we'll have to kind of play it by ear. No, the crypto Zoran over Crane. Oh, oh, I see. Nice. I totally missed that. I'll book a one-on-one soon. Need to get my portfolio structured by you, the GOAT. Yes, absolutely, Blair. I'm booking up June right now, guys, for my coaching calls. So if you're over on the Patreon, make sure you shoot me a DM. get your coaching call booked in because the spots fill up very, very fast for the month. So get over there, guys, and book your spot. Carlos says, I have a question, though. Do you know how much sacrifice? Well played, sir. 20405 Jasmine is good enough. Can't call the bottom. Yeah, exactly. You got to think about it exactly like Christopher says. You got to think about it in a range, not an exact price, because you're never going to time the bottom. I'm not going to time the bottom. Nobody's going to nail the bottom, right? Exit Flip says, how you feel about Zebek Spaces with Google representative? Well, I have a video coming out tomorrow where I break the whole thing down. But man, there was some bullishness. I dropped some. I dropped a little clippy clip for the morning as well tomorrow, of something that they said in the spaces. It was very good. I loved it. I personally loved it. So, very, very exciting stuff. So yeah, I am expecting those lower prices, guys. What do we got? Don't forget the war though. If this week, yeah, well, exactly, right. If it's good news, well, here's the thing. If it's good news, we could see a bit of a pump. But I mean, here's the thing, guys. We're still in a bear market, right? Everyone wants to grab onto some catalyst that is going to pump us into the next parabolic bull run or something. It's just not going to happen. We're in a 4-year cycle. We'll get a pump for sure, but then we'll give it all back eventually, right? Just like we've been doing this whole time. Same thing with the Clarity Act. Everyone wants to grab onto that and say that's going to turn it into a bull market. It's not, right? There's no liquidity in the market right now. So these things, I would rather have these things pass in a bull run than a bear market, because it would be far more productive for price appreciation. So Deep says, hey Rob, you were the best mentor. Love from India. Nice. Thank you so much, man. All the way from India. I got to get out to India. You know, I was supposed to go last year, but some stuff came up. I just couldn't. But it is on my to-do list to get out that way. So I was supposed to go to Dubai as well this year, but the Token 2049 there got canceled in April. So I ended up going to Vegas for the Bitcoin conference and the XRP event as well. True, if Iran is over and the PMI labor starts wages, got to be careful with BTC in the 50s. No, well, like I said, all that would do, in my opinion, if the Iran situation was resolved tomorrow, we would have a pump. We would, right? If the Clarity Act passed tomorrow, we would have a pump. But in my opinion, all that's going to do is delay the move down to around 50 to 55K. It's just going to delay it. It's going to happen sometime this year, in my opinion. I'd rather it happen sooner rather than later so that I can start accumulating, right? So here's what I would like. We go down to 50K, then the Iran situation gets resolved after we accumulate for a good 2 or 3 months, or the Clarity Act passes, right? But here's the thing about the Clarity Act. If the Clarity Act doesn't pass before July, I'm pretty sure that there's a break in Congress for July, right? So then it gets pushed to August all of a sudden, right? So maybe that's a blessing in disguise. Maybe it gets delayed till like August, and that gives us some time to accumulate at the bottom, and then Bitcoin runs back up to above 60K after being down at 50, maybe even 70K, and then consolidates there. You know, who knows? Who knows? It's all entirely possible, right? Nothing's impossible when it comes to crypto. So speaking of the Iran situation, we got this here. U.S. imposes sanctions on NoBitX, Iran's largest crypto exchange. There's NoBitX's status as Iran's largest crypto exchange makes the designation particularly significant. The platform has served as a primary on-ramp for Iranian users seeking access to digital assets. The action was listed through OFAC formal designation process. So basically, they were not being compliant with the sanctions in Iran. So the largest crypto exchange in Iran was sanctioned for that. So not a surprise, obviously, right? Big shock, I know. Ooh, Tom Lee, check this out, guys. This guy is a legend. This guy's got no chill. Tom Lee sees a structural shift driving Ethereum towards $250,000. This guy, he just keeps doubling and tripling down. I mean, it's absolutely phenomenal. I love it at this point. Let's talk about it. Tom Lee, chairman of BitMine and co-founder of Fundstrat, has outlined a scenario in which Ethereum could reach $250,000 a coin, driven by what he describes as structural changes in financial infrastructure. Speaking at a recent industry conference, Lee pointed to a convergence of artificial intelligence and asset tokenization as catalysts that could expand the Ethereum network's value into the trillions of dollars. According to a report from CoinDesk, Lee argued that Ethereum is positioned to become the backbone of the new financial system where tokenized assets and AI-driven applications operate on a decentralized ledger. He emphasizes that this is not a short-term price prediction, but a long-term structural assessment. The network's utility is expanding beyond speculation into real economic infrastructure. His comments come amid a period of heightened debate over Ethereum's future. With critics questioning its scalability and fee structures. Lee also addressed the evolving governance of Ethereum. Yeah, I don't care about that. So Tom Lee, this guy has no chill at all. And you know what we're going to do, guys? We're actually going to listen to him as we got a clippy clip here from over on Squawk Box. It's only about 2 minutes long, where Tom Lee thinks, what does it say? Mark Cuban dumped Bitcoin. Tom Lee thinks that's a signal. Check this out.
About Mark Cuban. I don't know if you saw Mark Cuban said that he's now dumped or sold all of his Bitcoin, given that he no longer believes it's acting as a hedge against inflation or anything else. Argues gold is proven to be a better bet, and that Bitcoin has not acted the way it should if it's supposed to be digital gold. What say you?
Well, on the one hand, I think Mark is right. Crypto's been disappointing because crypto should move with, equity markets, and it should be rallying with software. Software has really started to rally big, and crypto hasn't moved. So I think there are what I call, quote, rage quitting, people selling here as if something is wrong. I mean, I think that's what always happens at the end of crypto winter. If someone asks me, is the thesis for Bitcoin or Ethereum broken? It's absolutely not, because the more work we do, and we're hearing it from founders like Palantir, Bitcoin and Ethereum are really the future of money, because mass and compute, or compute and energy, however Elon puts it, really are what's scarce. And you're going to need to control agent systems. And as AI systems evolve, right, we're now talking about using commerce and operating websites. You need decentralized identity and verification. That's really what crypto does. And we know Wall Street wants to go towards tokenization. It's a vast improvement in efficiency of actually how money moves. And it's an innovation. Well, that only happens on Bitcoin and Ethereum and other smart contracts. So the future isn't changed, but the spotlight today is, of course, on semis, memory, starting on software. But as people focus downstream into the future, that's really, I think, when the bid comes for Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Because
I do think he's right about the long-term perspective of Bitcoin and Ethereum, but I don't think Ethereum's going to $250,000. That's absolutely insane. I would love it. Don't get me wrong. But here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing I want you to understand about sentiment, because we were talking earlier about sentiment in the markets, right? So here's the thing I want you to understand on the macro, okay? And I've been around for a long time, so that's how I can tell you this, guys. It's experience, right? When we were right here in this range, look at this, okay? Let me break this down. Actually, I'll just use the square. When we were in this range here, right? Let's change the color. Let's make it yellow. Okay. And then we'll change the interior. just make it all yellow. Okay, when we were in that yellow box, which we've just collapsed outside of, okay, sentiment, you have to understand that people in the market in general are always a step behind. Always. That's why it's hard to make money in crypto. The herd is always a step behind, okay? Now, what I mean by that is that when we were in this range here, this yellow box, everyone was calling that the bottom, right? We knew that that was not the bottom. We knew we were coming down here, right? So they still thought right here that this was not a bear market, right? But we knew that we were in a bear market here, right? They thought we weren't. We're collapsing down here. Once we collapse down here, 50 to 55, maybe 47, right, on wicks. Here's the thing. Once we get down here into this range, what's going to happen is they're going to think, the herd is going to think that this is the beginning of the bear market, right? That's what they're going to think. This is the beginning of the bear market. And it's not. It's the end of the bear market. The bull market officially starts once we've bottomed out. Just like the bear market starts after we've topped up here, right? Once we topped here and started coming down, that was the start of the bear market, right? But because they couldn't accept that through all of this, they could not accept that we were in a bear market. Once we get down into here, they will finally accept that we're in a bear market. However, they will think that it's the start of the bear market, when we know that it's the end of the bear market. We will accumulate in this zone, and then we'll start to work our way back up to new highs, right? And again, when that happens, every single pump that we get from here, right? Let's say we're in this range, we're accumulating, blah, 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 and then we start to work our way back up, right? And then we get it back up into this range again. They're going to think it's just fake. It's just fake. We're in a bear market. The bear market just started down here, right? But they'll be wrong, right? Then we'll accumulate, and then we'll go higher. They'll be a step behind every single time, right? That is one of the reasons why it's so hard to make money in crypto, because the herd is a step behind the market all the time, because everyone's saying this time is different, instead of just accepting the fact that there's one thing in crypto that is true and consistent, and that has been the 4-year cycle. It has never ended. It has never changed. It is always, Bitcoin's price and the cycle is always topped exactly on the 4-year cycle. And they just can't accept it. Every time we're at a top, they say this time's different. We're going higher. Every time we're at a bottom, they say this time's different. And the herd is always a step behind. Your job is to always be a step ahead. It's hard. That's what she said. Let's get back into the chat. Christopher says, no seasons from July 27th to September. No sessions, yes. September 1st. Okay, so August as well. If it's not voted on the Senate, it's over till September. Yeah, see, that could be good. That could be good. I would rather that. Let's drop down to the 50s. Let's delay the Clarity Act until September. And then let's have it pass and let's make some money, right? I'll be down for that. Tom Lee as well. Absolutely. Delulu on the yeah, he owns 5%. Yeah, exactly. He's trying to pump his own bags, right? That's exactly it. He has to at his stage. Yes, Tom Lee's salary is $363 million annually. It's a win-win for him. Yeah, exactly. He's trying to pump his own bags. He did call the other markets. Kind of sucks. Yeah, you're right there. We were doing some charting in the Patreon last week, I think it was, on a Patreon Live. We were doing some charting on BMNR, actually, their stock. So, yeah, we were checking that out. The herd thinks the inverse. Yes, exactly. 60K. Begin CC accumulation. Anything below 14 cents. Yeah, I'm thinking for Canton, I think 10 to 12 cents is kind of where I think we're gonna end up soon. 10 to 12 cents. And then, you know, you're going to have support levels at 10 cents, 8 cents if we go down that low. But yeah, I agree. It's being stubborn and holding up really strong, though, at like, what is it right now? Yeah, still about 15 cents. Insane. Absolutely insane. All right, guys, I got to get out of here. I got to get ready for the Patreon live. Make sure you guys are getting over there. We will be live on the Patreon taking requests, answering questions. If you have questions, you want to talk to me directly, hop on to our Patreon live. We will be there in about 20 minutes. Also, guys, we're dropping microcap gems like they're going out of style over there. Passive income opportunities. I dropped another passive income opportunity video last night for everybody on another gem that we have. Yeah, it's absolutely insane. Check it out today, guys. The link's put down below. It's in the description. I'll see you guys later. God bless.